tips. Leipzig. The city trip enjoys great popularity, and especially German cities are here again and again very worthwhile destinations. If you want to spend a few days in a great German city, you should go to Leipzig, where entertaining days are waiting for you. However, a Leipzig city break is a challenge to plan this trip, because this city can so many great highlights, so the most important point of travel planning must also always be a sufficient travel time. To do this, the traveler should heed the following 10 tips and put together a vacation program, so that the city becomes a real vacation pleasure. Leipzig shopping fun, the Madler Passage and the Speckhof. If you're going on a city break, you should always carry an extra suitcase with you, because the shopping opportunities in Leipzig are just too tempting. Especially the shopping arcades in the city invite to nice shopping and also to linger, because here the architecture fan can get great inspiration and take many a beautiful photo. If the wonderful copper ceilings and stained glass windows shine in the Speckhof, the shopping fan can look forward to a shopping spree in the Madler Passage, which can spread big city flair. Experience the past. The St. Nicholas Church is simply a must. If you know the past of the city of Leipzig, then a site is simply mandatory, because here began the latest history and the upswing into a new era. The St. Nicholas Church shows itself as a proud building and should be part of the sightseeing program of a city trip. And whoever lines up in front of the main portal of this church on Saturdays at 2 p.m. can take part in a very interesting guided tour, which can introduce the participant to the most important hours of a city like this. The Coffe Baum. Traditionally enjoy a coffee. Of course, the Leipzig city trip should also be a real pleasure. This can start directly with a good cup of coffee, whereby the Saxon will speak here of a bowl of Hessen. The Coffe Baum is one of the oldest coffee houses in the world and conveys the special charm of old Leipzig times, which exerts a special fascination for many a vacationer. When the weather is nice, coffee can be drunk outside here, but the ambience inside the restaurant also invites you to linger. On 4 floors, the traveler can find pleasure and culture here, and all this is crowned by beautiful events, which can even revolve around Oriental coffee customs. Café Kandler. Even the tea drinker can indulge in pleasure here. For those who prefer to drink a good tea on their Leipzig city break, Café Kandler opens its doors. There are more than 90 tea specialties to order here, and guests can also enjoy a variety of sweet taste sensations. The highlight of a shopping or sightseeing tour through this fabulous city, and a pleasure for the whole family. Whether Leipzig Lurchen, Backtaler or the many delicious cakes, counting calories is forbidden here, and simply the fun of eating and drinking is the order of the day. Leipzig Museums. The Museum of Fine Arts. The Museum of Fine Arts resides in an impressive new building directly on Sachsenplatz in Leipzig. For the culture fan, on city trips a must, because here the history of art is brought to life. Whether the art of the present or the many old masters, whoever wanders through the exhibition rooms of this museum will enjoy a great variety of exhibits. Thus, 55,000 drawings can be seen, and in addition there are 3,000 paintings. Here names like Rubens, Kranich or Max Klinger can be mentioned, who created works with their art, which are still admired in detail by the viewer. A great Leipzig family highlight, the Leipzig Zoo. Visit the Pongoland for the first time. Who visits the Leipzig Zoo can spend an entertaining and educational time with the whole family. Now you can get to know the savanna of Africa and of course observe the most diverse animals of this region. But also Asia and its animal world is represented here in the many themed worlds, and if you only watch the elephants diving through the underwater pane, you will be happy, because the Leipzig Zoo is a fantastic experience on an entertaining city trip. Apes, tigers or sloth bears. Beautiful diversity is the order of the day here, so that several hundred animal species can be viewed at the zoo. The Leipzig scene. Visit the beach club in the summer. Again, no time for a long beach vacation had, then the Leipzig scene with its great beach clubs is the perfect illusion that you feel like on the beach after all. If you take off your shoes now, you will walk on sand, and in addition you will always meet exotic beach beauties in skimpy outfits. In addition, there is an exotic drink, and with salsa, samba and Latin house you can relax wonderfully. The Sun City Beach at Lindenauer Harbor invites you to chill out and offers a great beach feeling in the middle of the city. Now you should secure a deck chair and just spend a good time at the urban beach with great music of different directions. Discover your own sportiness during Leipzig city breaks. If one strolls through Leipzig, then the stroller will always come across green plates for sporty leisure fun. The Leipzig resident outed himself as an avid table tennis player, and travelers are always welcome to a match. Even the Con Island Club on Gebirgestrasse has become a meeting place for sports enthusiasts, and here you can enjoy the amenities of the club after a great match and retreat with Leipzig sports fans to exchange experiences. That's why you should always carry the sporting accessories for an entertaining table tennis match in your suitcase, because other sports enthusiasts are waiting in many places in the city who would like to prove themselves in an exciting match. Leipzig nights. This is where cabaret entertainment is the order of the day. Come the evening hours, then the city traveler will not go to the hotel and end the day, because there are many highlights such as cinema, theater or the opera waiting for enterprising holidaymakers. If you want to experience something special, however, go to the cabaret, and here there are several excellent offers in Leipzig that should not be missed. The Saxon humor in the Leipzig Pfeffermühle is a poisonous pleasure, whereby the ambience in the oldest cabaret of the city can also inspire here. If you want to get to know Leipzig's Woody Allen, then you have to make a detour to the Leipziger Funzel, and the Cabaret Theater Sanftwort in the famous Madler Passage can also offer the best black humor in the Saxon manner. If one would like to hear cabaret attacks on politics, then the Akademixer should become the place of best entertainment. In search of monumental, the Leipzig Panometer. With the search for something very special on a city trip to this city is an end when you find the Leipzig Panometer. Since 2003, this round building has been the site of amazing exhibitions time and time again, along with a fascinating 360-degree panoramic image, which can truly be called monumental. Whether the Titanic, Everest or Amazonia, there have been several exhibitions that have delighted all visitors. A pleasure for the eyes and a view of extraordinary places and things that you have certainly never seen in this way. If one has already visited the Panometer in Leipzig, then this will always remain in good memory and probably be called the highlight of all sightseeing tours. The travel trend to beautiful city trips enjoys great popularity, whereby just a city like Leipzig steadily contributes to the fact that by really interesting cities this travel trend will find more and more followers.